Welcome, welcome to the Holy Shhh Podcast for the NXT October 8th live from St. Louis. It's your boy Ron T. the Icon.
It's your it's your boy AB from DET, and not only are they live, we are live today.
Yes.
Our first ever NXT live.
Yeah, we live everywhere.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so NXT kicks off with your new NXT champion Trick Williams coming to celebrate in the ring, and he is interrupted by Wes Lee, who then challenges him for the NXT title. But then, out of nowhere, Jay Uso's music hits, and he joins Trick in the ring, and the crowd begins to chant, "Whoop that trick, yeet, whoop that trick, yeet." It was kind of hype. That was a proper way to kick off NXT. What did you think of this segment?
Yo, that was live, man. I never even imagined the two of them getting together, but man, you give me Jay Uso, give me Trick Williams, we going out having a damn good time that night, man. I don't care who else with us. You give me Jay, you give me Trick, we live all night.
Yeah, both of them standing in the ring together. We're doing that whip that trick, yeet.
That was live, man.
Wesley was up there looking salty. He told him
stupid.
Trick cut him off at one point. Was like, "Oh, hold on there, light skin."
All right, his old Hootie and the Blowfish ass, man. I don't think I forgot.
But immediately after that, Kilani Jordan, Bianca Belair, and Jade Cargill comes to the ring, and they join both Jay Uso and Trick Williams as they get ready for their match. And just the picture of all five of them in the ring holding titles was pretty dope.
It made me want to take down every racial post I done put up against WWE. Yeah, but they did that purposely though. Don't think it wasn't planned.
Yeah,
that was purposeful.
That was all Sean. Sean trying to say
that was Sean. Me like Triple H, he might hate y'all, but I see all the color. I see all of it. Brown, blue, yellow. He don't want no smoke.
Him and Cody,
man. Shout out Shawn Michaels though. His representation for black people. Do not ever get it twisted. Like I'm saying, WWE is racist by any means. What they do in the NXT, all the jobs they've given people over the years, that is not the case. We just want some black stars, some mega stars, and just give them a chance. If they fail, they fail, but let them be in the position to get a shot.
Maybe it's Mello. I don't know.
Maybe.
All right, but that kickstart, Fatal Influences comes out. And Lonnie and the big two, Jade and Bianca, look like they've been teaming for quite a while. They were looking like a solid unit throughout the majority of the match until Fatal Influence cornered Kalani, kept her away from the tag. But once Jade and Bianca finally got in, it was all over with. Kalani gets the win with the split leg moonsault. What did you think of this match, though?
Match was incredible, man. It was like they gave Kalani the rub, and one thing I realized I realized something new about all three of them tonight. One is Bianca is a superior wrestler. Sometimes I don't give her the credit she deserves because she's such a showman, but she is a hell of a wrestler, like amazing. She carried that match for her team, but at the same time, I'm giving Kalani props because she went off too, man. She showed she can hang with the big girls, and Jay, she a work in progress. I'm never gonna give her heat like everybody else because I saw she just started this and look where she at. Just that alone is like Logan Paul. You got to give him credit, man. They picked up fast.
Yeah, and if you got to think about it, all while Jay was in AEW, AEW was her first go at wrestling, and it's two different monsters. And if you even listen to some of the people that came over from AEW or even some people that came over from Impact, the way that they run a WWE show and they do the matches, it is a completely different production style. So putting her with Bianca was probably the best thing for her. Just so it's like sitting under the learning tree with Jericho. So you got to learn a lot, and you just absorb it through osmosis. So I see her improve every time she's in the ring.
Same, man, 100%. But I do like Fatal Influence though, man.
Yeah,
they just got to keep booking them right now. They in front of some juggernauts. Ain't no shot at them, but I like Fatal Influence as well, man.
I thought they were a pretty good team to put together too, just the three of them, and just to give Fallon Henley something different. And just I'm liking this heel Fallon Henley. This is she's starting to really blossom as
Yeah,
a character and as a performer. So
100%.
fatal influence. And then next segment was backstage segment with Axiom and Nathan Frazier were getting ready mentally for their match later on the night with A-Town Down Under, and Randy Orton was in the backstage, gave him a little pep talk and asked for a little advice during his match with Young OG later on the night. I thought this was really interesting, and it shows. I don't know. It's giving Young OG a little bit of the rub, saying that Randy Orton was a little concerned that he had to ask, okay, what should I do up against this guy? So, like we said before, Shawn Michaels continuously knows how to put, some of these athletes of color into a spotlight for them to grow. And I think we got a pretty good up and coming class once all of these young guys that are NXT right now come up to the main roster. So I think the future is definitely bright.
100%, man. 100%.
But then the moment that we all been waiting for, at least I was, Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade comes out and addresses the NXT universe, talking about their newfound friendship once again and how they have respect for each other. And they are interrupted by Julia, who comes out, and Cora Jade like, "Oh, we haven't been formally introduced yet. Why don't you just come in the ring and have a conversation?" So Julia shakes her head and looks back, and Stephanie Vacure comes out. They both go in the ring and they clear the ring together. Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez are out of the ring, and Roxanne accidentally leaves her title laying on the ground. Both Stephanie and Julia pick up the title. They look at each other, they look at the title, and they both hold it over their head. I don't know if this is foreshadowing about something between them two later on, but all I know is I'm intrigued.
Oh man, 100%, man. Just seeing them because they letting you know this is about to be a tag team match. We gonna fight y'all, but at the end of the day, we want this just as much as you do, Roxanne. And I think Cora, she won it too, man. So it's
Yeah.
gonna be a fight, man. This women's division is hands. Oh, let me think about this 1 second before I make this statement. Yeah, it definitely is number one. It's the best women's division of all of wrestling, man. All
Yeah.
of it.
And if there ever is, if this all ends up in a possibility of them being a fatal four-way between Roxanne, Cora Jade, Stephanie,
Take
and
my money
Julia,
now.
I think that would be the proper way to get Cora Jade the title right there, and for Roxanne to move up to the main roster. Just put on a fatal four-way. Therefore, um, it's if she does get pinned, it won't make her look less than, because
Right,
you
right,
got
right.
those three juggernauts in there with you. So I'm
100%.
excited for the future of this. Even with this tag match, I'm guessing that's going to come up next.
Yep.
Speaking of something that I'm actually looking forward to, Ren Sinclair
Mm.
was backstage with the NQCC saying that her next match next week will be up against Stephanie Vacure. So we get to see the debuting Stephanie Vacure against Ren Sinclair, who is also a very good technical wrestler. I'm excited for this as well.
Yeah, that's gonna be as Sheamus would say, a banger.
Yeah,
100%, man. Ren Sinclair, her character work development lately, just everything she been doing, been just killing it. So she deserved this spot when you
yeah,
really look at it, man. Because Stephanie, she ain't no joke, man. She is no joke. And if you ask me, who I like Stephanie better than Julia. Looking
yeah,
at her old tapes, Stephanie is clean, man.
yeah.
Clean.
And with Ren Sinclair's talent, don't expect a squash match. This
No,
will not be a
definitely not.
squash match. This will be
She's
a
gonna lose.
technical. Yeah, Ren
She,
Sinclair's gonna lose, but
but
she's
she's
gonna
gonna
look
fight.
good doing it.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Then we had Lexis King, who interrupts them, trying to get some advice of how to settle his feud with Ora Mensa. This is kind of sits in the same boat as we were talking about Drew and CM Punk. It's
Yeah.
time to kind of move on from Ora Mensa.
Oh man, please
Ora
do,
Mensa
man.
went from being the baby face to possibly the heel in this whole feud.
Right.
So maybe that's what it is. Maybe they felt like was it their team has been a babyface for a minute. Maybe it's time for them to be heels.
Can you read that for me, man?
Oh yeah, he said, "Abe, what's up, man?" This is from Alfredo Wigglesworth. He said, "Abe, what's up, man? I told you I would tune in today. Sorry I'm late. You had my Oh, okay. He had he said he had a massage on Friday. You definitely worth the $50. He funny.
Wait.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. He got jokes. Well, thanks for tuning in. We were just talking about the Lexus King and Aura Mensa feud that we're ready to end. That's hilarious.
What in the internet troll is going on here?
That's hilarious. But
That was hilarious. I'm
but
clipping that, man. What in the pause? No Diddy.
I was wondering if he used the baby oil. Just like
What in the mother of all? All right, let's get back on the show.
All right, so Tony D'Angelo versus Oba Femi was next, and this was an extremely physical match where Oba targeted Tony's lower back almost the entire match. And then Oba got arrogant and started talking trash. He pushes Stacks and Luca and accidentally knocks Rizzo to the ground with lights of fire under Tony. But it looked like it wasn't enough until Tony gets the roll up pin and he is now your new North American champion. Do you think this was the right choice? We were joking before about Tony, but I like me personally, I like the way that he won.
Right. Now, yeah, I at first, when I said it during the beginning of the intro, I text you and said he better not win. But sometimes you can tell, even though you don't tell the story weeks in advance, you can tell the story in the match, man. And that's what they did when they pushed old girl. The sympathy card got played, the false finishes. It was made you believe what if, and then next thing you know, you're like, shit, I hope Tony do win, and he ended up winning. So by the end of the match, I wasn't mad at it at all, man.
Yeah, I was definitely I was there for it. Once I didn't think it was gonna happen at first either. I said okay, and then once Rizzo got pushed over, I'm like, okay, Tony has to win it now, and I'm glad he did. He's the new North American champion. I'm excited to see what's next for Oba. Maybe it's Oba versus Trick. So we shall see what happens from there. All I know is that Oba's drip today. That the new outfit was dope.
Yeah.
He
That
came
was
in looking
cold.
like a champion.
That was cold. One thing that I didn't quite like at the beginning of the show was Wesley. Looking at him versus Trick, I was in my head, I was like, I really don't want that. So when Oba lost, it gave me a thought, okay, maybe it won't be Wesley. Maybe Oba could be the guy to take it off Trick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That'd be hard too. Give me Oba Trick. They passed each other one time. Remember crossing? That moment, I thought then, like, yo, that's gonna be the match right there.
If any way to send Trick Williams to the main roster, let him lose the title to Oba. That'll definitely be the perfect way to do it. Then after that, backstage, Lola approaches Ava in her office asking for a match against Jada Parker. And she's like, all right, yeah, but I have a meeting coming up. And the returning Nikita Lyons, coach is happy about this. I know it. Nikita Lyons enters and says that she has a meeting to discuss her first opponent since she's been cleared. And then Lola tells her, well, she needs to cancel the meeting. And they get into a little small verbal altercation. And Ava says, well, I think I found your first opponent. So it looks like we're getting Lola Vice versus Nikita Lyons, both martial artists. This should be interesting match.
Yeah, 100%, man. Nikita Lyons, I just want her to stay healthy, man.
Yeah, definitely.
She out here, 20-something years old with Patrick Ewing braces, Stone Cold Steve Austin knee braces, whoever you want to call it. She's too young to have both knees wrapped up at all times. Plus, she just got a great podcast that I enjoyed thoroughly. Her and Miss Jackson was on there one night.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I want Nikita Lyons to have the much success as possible, man.
Yeah, because she's definitely talented in the ring. I remember the times that we did see her, she definitely did impress, and we thought for sure she was going to end up being the women's champion, but she had those 2 injuries that set her back. So it's the return of Nikita Lyons and the redemption tour at this point.
Right, right, 100%, man.
So I think Lola being her first opponent should be a good showing.
That's clean. I don't want Lola jobbing, but if she got to, I don't mind it being to Nikita.
Yeah, I'm expecting it to be a disqualification. If I'm honest, I think Jada Parker is going to come out,
Oh,
and it won't be a clean finish. So I don't think that. I think they're going to have a good showing. Nobody's going to lose. This is going to be a disqualification. But we were just speaking about Jakara Jackson. Jakara Jackson and Last Legend approaches Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill as they're backstage talking to Kalani, and it seems that we are getting a tag match between Jakara Jackson, Last Legend, and the Big Two on SmackDown. They said if you want to be big and bad, why don't you come up to our territory and face us there? So we
yeah.
shall see Jakara Jackson and Last Legend in SmackDown. Let's see if they can handle the big stage.
And shout out Chuck, he not here, but I know that disappoints him that it won't be Jade and Lola. Because they said they was coming down to fight an NXT tag team, and that's what they meant, I guess.
Yeah, well, Jada and Lola don't like each other right now, so
yeah, they got to figure that out.
and I think they really want to push Jada as a heel again, so that's why they did what they did. They were like, "All right, we're not ready for her to be a baby face yet. Let's try to turn this a little bit." So,
Right.
but you think there's going to end up in a disqualification though?
Oh yeah,
Speaking of Lola,
100%, man, 100%. Because you
yeah,
don't want either one of them to have to take a job. You want a continuous story, so that's the perfect way. A
yeah,
lot of times people job for no storytelling reason, but this you got a segue. You know where you headed. You just got to get there without anybody looking lesser than.
yeah, definitely. So, speaking of a title match, the next match was the tag team title match of Fraxium, which it's still funny calling them that. The versus A-Town Down Under, and it was actually a really solid match. I was impressed with how much chemistry all 4 of them had together, but Fraxium continues to look like a solid union. I guess that advice from Randy Orton went well, and they maintain the NXT tag team titles. But did you enjoy this match? Because I definitely did. I thought they did a really good job.
All right. No, I was looking in the comments again, but
What happened?
nothing. Where was you at again?
Oh, I was saying that the Axiom and Nathan Frazier gets the win over A-Town Down Under, but it was a pretty solid match, and I thought they looked pretty good.
Oh, 100%, man. Yeah, A-Town Down Under. The breakup is much overdue. Like Kofi and
Xavier.
Xavier, man. It's just about time to end that. But it was a decent match, man. Axiom and Frazier, I don't know. It's just something about their title reign. I'm just like, it don't hit with me, man. I don't know, man. It's just, I'm not feeling them. I don't think they should be tag team champions. I see other people in there. Like, I feel like Chase, you should still have it. You know, telling some type of story with it. They didn't have to lose it unless somebody got hurt. But I don't know. Axiom and Frazier, their personalities just don't scream champion for me.
I think I'm on a complete opposite spectrum on that one. I actually do like Nathan Frazier and Axiom. I think they work really well with the fast paced wrestling
Right.
and high flying. And honestly, I feel like the best wrestler overall in the entire in the tag team is actually Axiom.
Yeah.
He's really impressive with some of the stuff he does. But I see him. If I feel like they need to bring back some kind of cruiserweight title, because I think that'll go really well, especially with somebody like Axiom or Nathan Frazier,
Oh,
just to have
100%.
another weight class. Because it's no way that neither one of them are taking a North American title. There's no way that either one of them are coming at the NXT title. So I think cruiserweight title needs to come back some way, somehow.
Yeah. That Fraser guy, I feel like I like them. I just don't like them together. Like, you got the backstory. Would they just came in a tag team or did they link up? Because they look like two singles persons
Well, they
that
were
together.
Yeah, they were two two singles
Wrestling.
people,
Yeah.
and they had like a healthy rivalry to where they would face each other and they would put on these matches. It's kind of like, but it was friendly though. It wasn't like any animosity. It was like one up at each other. One of them would win, the other one would win, and they would just put together these great matches. And I forgot who it was. Somebody suggested that they should tag together, kind of like how you had that tag team back in the day. I'm trying to remember who it was. It was an odd match. I think it was Mankind or something like that with somebody. And it was
Yeah.
like an odd tag match, and then it worked as a tag team. It was something like that. But they were definitely two singles competitors, but they had good chemistry together, and somebody thought they would be a good tag team, and now they're in their second reign as the NXT Tag Champions.
Yeah. So
No, wait a minute. Now that I remember about it, it was like Sheamus and Cesaro, wasn't it? Didn't they throw them together because they kept having
but
these
they made a
competitive
decent
matches?
squad though. I like the bar, man. The
Yeah,
bar
the
was
bar.
cold. The bar was
Yeah,
cold.
so maybe
I
if
don't
they
know.
had a better name than Fraxium, maybe they would.
That shit sounds stupid. They look like, why are y'all even together? I don't know. I just don't get it. They can wrestle, they cold, but the
Yeah.
fucking story of them, I just don't get it, man.
Yeah. The next thing was backstage. We were talking about Chase U. Rich Holland was backstage giving an interview, and he was attacked backstage by Riley Osborne. They had to break it up, so it looks like that will continue because Riley Osborne is still the lone standing Chase U member that has not been put away by Rich Holland. So you think you think he's gonna borrow time? You think he's gonna put him on the shelf as well?
100%. 100%, man. Everybody going down, man. He's taking the whole school down. I'm not gonna say what I said before because we
Yeah.
live, but he taking the whole school down, man. 100%.
They're gonna close down Chase U. It's
They
gonna be out of
closing down
business.
Chase U. He's shutting the doors and boarding up the windows. Telling you.
Oh man. But we were talking about what happened on Monday Night Raw. We were joking about Sexy Red showing up on Monday Night
Oh my
Raw, and we had
God.
that guy that was standing there with his arms folded, pretty
Yeah.
upset. Well, it looks like tonight that was Ethan Page, the savior, the hero, the national hero, interrupted Sexy Red's impromptu concert performance or whatever it was she was doing, and he said, no, your concert is canceled. And he came in and he demanded that he got his rematch, that he get his rematch clause against Trick Williams, and that Wes Lee is out of his mind if he thinks that he could just jump line and get a number one contendership. And then he was interrupted by Young OG, who was coming out to get ready for his match against Randy Orton. And Ethan Page tries to blindside him, and Young OG got one up on him and tossed him out the ring. And then Randy Orton come out later after that. But I kind of like that. I kind of like this this little triangle thing they got going on between now is Javon Evans and Ethan Page and Wesley. So something happens later on in the night, at the end of the night, that kind of concludes that. But thank you, Ethan Page. I was excited to see him come out there because I was sitting on the couch like that guy too, just like I know you were excited about Ethan Page coming out to interrupt that.
100%, man. 100%. I wish he would have fucking gave her the ego's edge through the table in front of Booker, and he was like, "Oh man, something
But yeah,
crazy."
Book. Speaking of Booker was dancing
Yeah, he was getting
while
it,
she was
man.
performing. I was just like, I don't know, maybe because she's from St. Louis, they thought maybe it's something that they really like. I don't know. I've never really been a Sexy Red fan. I do music myself, so I'm a pretty big judge of talent when it comes to that type of stuff. But she has an audience, obviously.
Clearly.
It's just not me.
Yeah.
But speaking of Javon Evans and Randy Orton, I was actually impressed with Javon Evans throughout this entire match. He had a really hard fight. But of course, Randy Orton was going to win. But they attempted this crazy corkscrew like type of RKO thing and Randy Orton missed. I don't know if it was on Randy's end or if it was Javon Evans or it was both. They just didn't link up. But if they would have hit this, it would have been crazy. But Evan Bourne still has the #1 RKO. That guy, they didn't succeed.
No,
But
they did
Randy
not.
gave him a regular RKO, and Javon Evans sold it well,
Sold
and
it
he gets the
perfectly.
win. But if they would have hit it, that would have been crazy. But yeah, it was a little too ambitious, just a little bit.
Yeah.
But Randy Orton stands tall at the end of NXT, and then it goes back to Ava's office where Ethan Page and Wesley are arguing about who should be the #1 contender. And Ava says, "Stop. I got the perfect idea. It'll be you and Wesley with Javon Evans, and the winner will be the #1 contender." So, predictions on that match. Who do you think is going to win that triple threat match and be the #1 contender?
Who I want is and who I think is two different things. Who I want to win is probably Javon Evans.
Mhm.
But who I think is going to win is Wesley. I
Yeah.
think that they're going to give it to Wesley. Him having the interaction with him early in the show, it's like a foretelling saying, I'm next. You know what I mean? He gave that vibe. So I think Wesley will probably pull it.
Yeah, I think Wesley will win it too. I think it's going to be a situation to where he sneaks and gets the win because Javon Evans gets put in the Eagle's edge or something like that.
Right.
Then he gets Ethan Page out of the ring and steals the pin. But overall, this was a pretty good NXT. They've been cooking for the CW. They got the second week on the CW. They got to put together another good show. So on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you rate this NXT?
This was solid, man. I'm giving this one, it was a B plus. So I'm gonna say 8.9. It would have been in the nines, it would have been high nines, but that RKO is unforgivable. In the words of Chuck, that is a botchity botch. Like, no.
I agree. I gave it an 8.5 because of the RKO, and I'm sorry, Sexy Red. I had to give it because Sexy Red too. That brought it down a little bit for me.
You know what? I forgot about that. I'm deducting 10 points for that. Take my 8.9 to a 7.9 C plus.
Well, yeah, I'm still giving it an 8.5. I thought it was a solid show. But yeah, Chuck, there was a botchity botch. You're gonna be watching it later on and be like, oh, botchity botch.
All right. No, Raquel get a pass. All right. We got a new leader now.
Yeah, new leader of the botchity botch. I don't know. They probably were working on that too. That's the thing. They have been working on that. I could tell because after he missed it and he got him with the regular RKO, you can see Randy Orton lean over and say, "Sorry, kid." So I don't know if he was accepting the responsibility.
I think Javon was so fast. Randy was his old ass like, no, fuck that.
Oh, wait, no.
You going too fast, young blood.
He said, all right, I'm gonna let him drop.
I'm gonna let him drop. I ain't about to hurt myself. I got WrestleMania coming up.
Right. But until next time, we have Abe doing double duty. He's got to.
It is not next time. It's in 1 hour.
Yeah, in an hour. We got Abe doing double duty. He's got to review. Was it Title Tuesday and AEW tonight? I'm gonna watch the review, or the replay on it tomorrow. I'm not even gonna try to attempt to watch it tonight.
Yeah, but catch me in 1 hour or so for the AEW post show right after the NXT post show. This is what we do at the Holy Shhh Podcast.
It's your boy Ron T. the Icon.
It's your boy ABE from DET.
Peace.